Hey everybody, it's Nikki. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So today we're going to be unboxing my Midtown Comics haul. That's right. Actually, I have a couple of comics from Midtown Comics. I have a running pull list with them. And then a couple of comics that I just sort of picked out and put in my cart randomly. And then on top of that, I have a couple of comics that I picked up at my local Books A Million that I wanted to share with you as well, because why not? This is a comic book haul. So we're going to go ahead and break into this. We'll start off with the Midtown Comics haul. So 1 second. And we're back through the power of editing. Here we are. We have our Midtown Comics haul. Alright, so if you guys want to check this out, I did a haul previously from Midtown Comics as well as Barnes & Noble. I will leave a link to that in the cards above. You can check that out. So I'm going to feature these every couple of weeks so that you guys can see some of the comics that I'm into and reading. So we will start off with the series that I'm going through. If you guys watch my last haul, then you'll know I'm really into the DC Dark Knight's Metal series. It is fantastic. I haven't been this excited about a comic book event in a really long time, and I am collecting specifically the foiled versions, and they also have some tie-ins as well. So what's really cool is you have, I think it's 6 issues that they're releasing through next year. They've already released up to issue number 3 in the DC Dark Knights series, and then they have all of the tie-ins as well as the Dark Knights themselves. So, you know, you have the Justice League and then their Dark Knights evil version of themselves, and they've been releasing those. So I haven't been reading all of the tie-ins, but a lot of them, specifically the ones about the Dark Knights. And so I have the next few here. We have Batman the Merciless metal tie-in, and as you can see, it is the foiled edition. So all of my DC Dark Knights versions are the foiled ones, just to keep it consistent. So I really like that. I'm excited about that. We also have Batman the Drowned, and this is also the foiled. So this is the Aquaman Dark Knight, and I believe the Merciless is the Wonder Woman tie-in, and then we have Batman the Drowned, which is the Aquaman Dark Knight version. So I'm super excited. Those are really fun. Again, with the tie-ins, you don't have to read them, but they do add a lot to the story, and it's just really interesting to see how each of these characters are affected in the Dark Universe. So I am super excited. I'm really enjoying them. So those are the newest releases. I think there's one more that just recently came out, which I will share with you shortly. But yeah, I'm excited to read them and add them to the collection. And then I am a huge Pierce Brown fan. He wrote the Red Rising series. It's one of my all-time favorite book series. It's sort of like a sci-fi dystopia. It crosses the bridge from young adult into adult. I'd say it's more adult than young adult, but they have a sort of prequel in comic book form, and it is Red Rising, Sons of Ares. And I have been reading these. I have all of the issues. There's 6 of them in total, and I have all of the issues in sort of ebook format through Comixology, and I've managed to collect, I think, the first 3. I have the physical copies that I ordered through my local comic book shop, and I just needed to add the physical copies, so I have the last 2 issues. I have the first 4. I ordered the first 4. I have the physical copies, and I needed the last 2 to add to my set. But these are the individual issues, number 5 and number 6. So if you guys have read the Pierce Brown Red Rising trilogy, these are a really great addition. So I definitely recommend checking them out. If you guys want to check out Midtown Comics, I'll leave a link to them down below. They're really great. They give you a lot of really great options, and they have a ton of comics through there, as well as some special variants. So if you guys are into collecting variant editions or alternate covers, then I definitely recommend checking them out. And then my last issue is one that I just sort of randomly added to my cart, and this is the DC House of Horror. This was really fun. This is one of those sort of annuals. I know DC does their annual holiday editions, and this is one of those. It is a compilation of about 6 or 8 stories involving just different DC characters, and they're all horror based. So I read this right around Halloween, and it was fantastic. You can see it says issue number 1. I believe it is the only issue this year. It is priced at $9.99, so it's expensive, but it's also a really thick comic book. So if you guys like a lot of these compilations and shorter sort of comics, then this is a really fun one to check out. So that is this issue. And that is everything from my Midtown comic haul. However, as I said before, I picked up a few issues recently through my local Books A Million. I will link them down below as well, and I just want to share those with you. Continuing on with our DC Dark Knight's Metal, we have Batman the Devastator. So this is the Superman version of the Dark Knight, again the foiled edition. I am super excited to catch up on these. So excited about this series, you have no idea. And then another one of the tie-ins, so they have several. They have like a Teen Titans tie-in, they have a Suicide Squad tie-in that ties in with the normal ongoing comic book series. So this is one of them, is Batman Lost, and again we have the foiled edition, and I decided that I wanted to read this one as well. And they're going to have a Hawkman one coming out in December, which I will read as well, Hawkman Found #1. So that is on the pull list as well. And yeah, I again am super excited about this. And then the other series from last time that I just started, this is issue #2 of the Batman White Knight series. So if you guys are really into Batman and the Joker and their relationship, this is a good one, because this basically takes that relationship and flips it upside down. And what I mean by that is, imagine if the Joker were actually good and Batman were on the side of evil. So that's what this comic book series explores, and sort of that twisted, like almost lover-like relationship that the Batman and the Joker have with one another. Think The Killing Joke, where the Joker talks about how sort of Batman and him meet each other and they sort of exist to feed each other. That's kind of what this explores, just reversing, you know, who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. And the first issue was phenomenal, and it really, like, hook, line, and sinker drew me in, and I'm super excited to continue. So I believe we're only up to issue #2. That is what this is, and I cannot wait to read it. And then finishing up this comic book haul, I picked this up. This is the Hellboy Winter Special. I really love Hellboy. I haven't gotten so much into the comics. I do have a few sitting around, but I love the movie renditions, so I wanted to kind of really get back into these. I read these a lot as a kid. I haven't read them so much recently, and I thought this looked like a fun one. I really like Dark Horse Comics. They do some great comics, so I really like them as a publisher, and I wanted to pick this up. I thought the cover was really fascinating. We got Hellboy down there, and this is the fried pie variant, and I know that Books A Million does a lot of the fried pie variants. If you guys again are into collecting variant covers, I definitely recommend checking them out. They have them for a whole slew of comics. They do some really great editions, so if you guys like that, then I definitely recommend checking them out. This is priced at $5. So that is it. That is everything. So we have a total of 9 comics of wide variety. Again, most of them are the DC Dark Knight series. We have the DC House of Horror. We got some Red Rising, which is through Dynamite Comics. And we've got some Hellboy in here, some Batman White Knight. Yeah, so pretty good variety, but as you know, most of you know, if you've been here for any length of time, I am a huge DC fan, so that is the bulk of what I'm reading. But yeah, I can't wait to get into these, and I want to know what you guys think though. Do you guys collect any of these comics? Have you read any of them? Are you into the Dark Knight Metal series? Let me know what you guys think about it down below. And yeah, the White Knight series as well. If you guys are keeping up with this, let's chat. I want to talk about it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Which version was your favorite? We'll go through real quick so you can see them all. So let me know which cover was your favorite, which comic book might be your favorite. If you guys like this video, if you guys want to see more hauls, more updates on my pull list, if you guys want to know what a pull list is, I'm thinking about doing a sort of newbie's guide to comics and some of the terminology and what goes into collecting, grading, things like that. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you click this thumbs up button and sound off and let me know down below. And don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Bye.